Folks, what a great time of year. Christmas is approaching and I have two great side dishes to go with your turkey and gammon. The first one is a Hasselback potato, but a Hasselback butternut. What we're going to do is we're going to top that with pecan nuts, a little bit of honey, and then possibly a bit of crisp sage, because I've got some lovely sage here. The second dish is a hardy-dar. I cannot do a video without a hardy-dar. The second dish is a roasted cauliflower that we're going to do in our casserole dish, but we are going to top them with brie nuts that we're going to flavor with a bit of curry powder. Almost like a lovely little salad to top off this roasted cauliflower. I mean, think of that savory flavors with your sweet gammon. Okay? Let's get straight into it. What you're going to need is a nice sized butternut. Then what you need to do is just take one of these peelers, these speed peelers, dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Here's the funky bit. 2 skewers or 2 chopsticks, put them on either side of the butternut, and then just take your knife and you cut through just till the sticks stop it. Look how beautiful that is. Pop that into our dish, and we do the other one as well. The nice thing with this is that you can actually do it before the time. Get it all done, and then you can just pop it into the oven. Now, a couple of things. I'm just using a little bit of water, because basically what we want this to do is we want this to soften. Okay, so we want it to steam ever so lightly. A little bit of pepper, salt, a spoon of honey. It's Christmas, don't worry about the calories. And then just a couple of slices of butter. Now, we wrap this with foil. 160 into the oven until it's soft. Crisp sage, burnt butter. It's a great addition to a vegetable dish. So we just melt that butter. When it starts foaming, then you just pick your beautiful sage leaves in. Keep a little bit of the stem on it because it's quite nice. Beautiful. In with your sage. If it doesn't crackle like that, it's not ready. Nice and crisp. Turn off the heat and we take that out. The thing with this butter is that it's got great flavor now. You've got a sage butter. We're going to add the pecan nuts to that lovely caramel that's formed on the bottom of the pan. It basically gets basted straight over the butternut. We add the crisp sage, and away you go. Look at this. This has come out so nicely. And then just baste it. Just over the top. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Now we put it back into the oven uncovered, and what you're going to get that lovely reduction of the juices, which will become a syrup, and we're going to add our pecan nuts to that. Just look at those lovely juices. Look at that butternut. Unbelievable. Great. In with that. Back into the oven, and we're just going to finish that off. There we go. Right, we can start with the cauliflower dish. It is dead simple. You can prepare this way in advance. Just don't cook it way in advance. So we're going to cut the cauliflower straight through the core, because the core is what holds it together. And then cut it into a nice fat steak. Look at that. Now don't cut it thinner than this, all right? Because this thing cooks incredibly quickly. The oven is on about 200. And only once you're ready, start cooking your cauliflower, because you can't stop the cooking process with the cauliflower. It just gets softer and softer and softer. And what you want is a little bit of texture. Chop up all the leftover cauliflower. The offcuts we're going to use in the salad, I like a little bit of texture, so don't chop it too fine. So as you can see, okay, it's still got lovely texture. Remember, we've got chickpeas and the nuts and everything else to go with it. Lovely, beautiful texture into your bowl. Now with this pan here, we're going to go in with our nuts, our chickpeas, just half of them, don't put all of them in there, and we're just going to warm them up ever so slightly with a couple of our spices. We want the oils in the spices just to release so that you can get all those flavors coming through quite nicely. Okay, so just toast those. Oh, you can actually smell that. Lemon, bit of zest. Just mix that through. I'm going to add a splash of olive oil. Cranberries. Don't put too much cranberries in. You don't want this thing to get too sweet. Squeeze a lemon, and there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this with fresh green herbs. Our salad is ready. Lots of herbs. Just look at that. I mean, just this with a piece of fish or a piece of chicken. Okay? Your tum will be very impressed with me. You hear that? Squeeze a lemon. And while that's in the pan, let's just quickly prepare our brie cheese. The big thing here is that you don't want to cut the cheese too small because otherwise it's going to melt too quickly. So it's basically cut it into 4. Literally across like that and once like that. Literally. Or you can just tear it if you want to. Just 4 little pieces. Absolutely delicious. Now, cauliflower into your favorite serving dish. On with the cheese. Oozy brie and roasted cauliflower. I mean, that just looks amazing. We just want to finish that off nicely. Get our lovely salad to go on there. And let the salad fall where it wants, just into the dish. I wish you could smell it. And there it is, our first dish. Our second dish, just look at that. Tears of joy, I tell you. Wow. Incredible combination. Even the little sage leaves on the top really add to that. Enjoy and Merry Christmas.